All right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the wrap up for the end of August, the 31st, 2023. I was going to do monthly charts tonight, but what I'll do is, because I do a longer video on the weekends, I will do weekly and monthly charts at the same time, just kind of pop back one day. So, if you guys are new here, what we do every day on the stream or on the YouTube channel, wherever you're seeing this, is I go over my thoughts as a chartered market technician of the stock market, the individual equities, FX, crypto, the whole nine yards. And I do that every single day, absolutely for free. If you want to make sure you get all of the screenshots that I'm showing, plus access to my watch list, which you can just copy and paste into Trade Ideas. Go to StatsEdgeTrading.com. You sign up for the Substack there. And without further ado, we're going to get into it here with Bitcoin as always. So yesterday we had this day right here, and I distinctly remember saying that if this just completely reverses, look out. And that is exactly what happened. Now, I wasn't predicting that was going to happen, but I am building a plan for, when that happens. Now I think this kind of $25,000 area becomes serious, right? I wouldn't be shocked if we spend a day or two or a little bit of bounce here, but if we let go 25,000, I am going to short the ever-loving crap out of Bitcoin. So I have some orders in place, and I've got some alerts in place to kind of wake me up if I'm doing something else and have me take a look at it to take a short. Really, a close under these wicks for me gets me excited, just because this is one of the setups I love, which is just any sort of setup in which you can see the other side in great pain. So the longs right now got completely suckered into this massive rally. Everybody was talking about it, and then the rug just fell completely out of it. So any sort of continuation here, I think we've got a trade on our hands. So that's an idea that I have. Again, it doesn't have to work out, of course. Now, if I go into gold, gold is getting interesting. I got to draw my other AV app here. Gold is getting interesting as we found some support at the bottom of this anchored VWAP. It bled through a little bit and then bounced up. And now this is the anchored VWAP from the top that we found resistance up here. Now we got to see what happens here. If we get some sort of consolidation and a breakthrough, I think game on again with gold. I'm very interested in buying gold if that happens. And if we fail and kind of sell back down to this lower anchored VWAP, then, I just got to take the other side of it. So that is that. Now let's get into trade ideas. Again, they have a free version now that you can try. You can find the link on my website, StatsEdgeTrading.com as well, where you can go through and kind of test out the new web version on completely for free with delayed data. And then when you fall in love, make sure you use StatsEdge on checkout. So what's interesting to me is this area right here is where we broke down from. We spent some time below it. We're coming back up to it. It makes sense to me that if we were going to rest, we're going to rest here. Now, a little bit of a tip into tomorrow. I'm going to go full screen for this. Tomorrow is the last day of summer before a long holiday weekend. I won't be paying too much attention to the market. I'll tell you that right now. I kind of suggest you do the same if you are going to take some trades. Just make sure that you understand that we have a lot of chop, right? There's likely to be a lot of chop because anyone who's anyone is kind of getting out of town, right? If you were going to take a long weekend, it's the day to take a long weekend, right? So that's it for ETFs because it was quiet inside day and everything was a quiet inside day. So I added a couple names to the list as we talked about yesterday. If you missed the rant yesterday, go see it. It kind of explains why the watch list is going to get a little bigger today because we are consolidating in the market. So this one's interesting because the anchored VWAP from the lows are coming up right underneath price right here. And we have this wedge going on in PRAX. Now you can see on the weekly chart down here, a really long kind of low base. So this one is one that potentially could get going. It's a nice little bull flag here on Prax, we could call it. The other one I'm looking at here, it's the old Weight Watchers, WW. I guess they've got into Ozempic type stuff with everybody else in the world. Same kind of thing, right? Where we had this area right here that we broke out of. I remember I actually took a trade in through here, and that was on the watch list. So again, make sure you sign up for the watch list. And right, things moved, and then we kind of gapped up the next day. But when we closed below this low, I got back out. But now we're putting in this base here again, so you could kind of look at this as a cup and handle, right? A little bit of mess around here with earnings, but long term to me, this kind of looks just like a little bit of a cup and handle. So if we end up breaking, I'm just going to take a screenshot of that for Twitter. If we end up breaking this cup and handle to the upside, I really like the look of WW. If we scroll up, we can see the short float on this one was pretty high, 13%. So not crazy anymore. Maybe some of those covered after the earnings. Another one, again, more at it today than any time recently because the market finally rests. So I'm more interested in pullbacks and things like that. Is this JB Hunt? And we have this JB Hunt pulling all the way back to the anchored VWAP from this area right here, and it's resting on that zone. So I'm kind of looking at this pattern right here to see if we can break up through this on JB Hunt and move higher. That anchored VWAP is really important. Urban Outfitters, another one that I'm adding here with URBN. And Urban Outfitters is the same kind of thing. If you draw the anchored VWAP from before the gap, it intersects that low right there and then this low right here. So we have this area right here. It also comes into play here, and now it's coming into play again. So we've pulled back to that. If we can get a bounce off of this zone, then that's what interests me about Urban Outfitters. Now, I think that is it for today. So that is all the new stocks. So perfect. Quicker, no mid-video rant on this one. So as always, tomorrow is where we're going to take some time after the market closes or on the weekend, go over some weekly charts, go over some monthly charts, try to figure out what's happening next. If you want to make sure that you don't miss that, follow me wherever you're seeing this, right? Hit likes and bells and retweets and all that stuff. I appreciate that. And go to StatsEdgeTrading.com, sign up for the email list, and I will talk to you guys on the weekend.